Hi everybody, I'm Hannah Heath, pronoun she, her, hers, and I am a nutrition major here at Cal Poly. I'm also a research assistant, a 2020 WOW leader, and a disability advocate here on campus. I did transfer here from Miracosta, which is a small community college in Oceanside, California. When I first came to Cal Poly, I had zero connections and was feeling very lost. So what I decided to do was I went onto my department faculty page and scrolled through and looked at professors and found professors who were working in fields I was interested in, who went to graduate programs that I was interested in, or who were doing research that I was interested in getting involved in. And I just sent them emails and told them, these are my career goals, these are my academic goals. I'd like to be involved in research. Would you be willing to meet with me and talk with me about these things? And all three of these professors agreed, and after getting to talk to them and get to know them, one thing led to another, and I'm now a research assistant on 2 different teams at Cal Poly, and I also have professors who I can always go to ask for career and academic advice. I would highly encourage you during your first couple of weeks at Cal Poly to reach out to faculty members, email them, ask them if you can come in to their office hours and talk to them. They don't even have to be professors that you are taking classes with currently. The professors that I reached out to were people that I had never talked to before. Cal Poly professors are always very encouraging and kind and always happy to meet with you. So I very strongly encourage that you do that.
Hi, my name is Amr El-Badawi. He, him, his. I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering at Cal Poly. The university has many great resources for you. Your professors are one of those resources. We are not here to just teach classes. That is not true by any means. We are here to advise, to mentor, to support you get through tough times. Because college gets stressful at times. That's a fact. To make sure you are staying on the path for a successful career and to help you get a job. And by the way, when you connect with your faculty, it is a mutual benefit. So never think that you are wasting our time. There has been so many times when I personally changed the way of teaching things or changed my philosophy about things or explored new avenues and grow because of connecting with my students. How do you connect with professors? Just talk to them after class, knock on their doors, go to office hours, send emails. We always welcome that. All of these work. That's actually what my students do. Tips for emails, just follow your heart and be professional. Topics to discuss with your professor, research opportunities, jobs, internships, curricular improvements, muddy points in lectures, classes to take, stresses and worries that you have.
Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Kelly Benyon and I use she, her, hers pronouns, and I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Psychology and Child Development and also a faculty associate with the Office of University Diversity and Inclusion, or OUDI. And I encourage you to learn a little more about that, and in particular, the Beacon Research Mentoring Program, which is a mentoring program for underrepresented students. And I have here with me a student named Anthony Vieira. So Anthony, if you could go ahead and introduce yourself, that would be great.
Yeah, as Dr. Benyon mentioned, I am Anthony. I am a 5th-year senior psychology major. I use he, him, and his pronouns. For my role on campus, I work with Dr. Benyon in her research lab. I've been doing that for about 3 or 4 quarters. In terms of how I transferred, I started out at Cuesta College. I was there for a couple years, and then I transferred to Cal Poly. I was originally a kinesiology major, but I did 2 quarters as a kinesiology major, and then I switched over to the psychology department, and I've been there for about 1.5 years now. So.
Wonderful, thank you. And we're really excited to have you in the major. And I have just a few questions for you today. The first is, I know that my favorite part of my job is getting to know students, but I'm wondering if you could elaborate on why you think it's important to get to know faculty.
Yeah, I think faculty are one of the nicest resources we have on campus as students. You know, faculty, they've all gone through college, they've all done it. Most of them have their PhDs, so they've gone through the process, they understand it, they worked in it. So a lot of them have also worked in industries outside of academia. So professors and faculty can be a really, really important resource that students have to be able to kind of answer questions they have, talk about things they're uncertain with, and kind of just figure out opportunities and what's out there.
Wonderful, thanks. And I know that I was fortunate to have Anthony in the orientation class that I teach, which is called Orientation of the Psychology Major. And during that class, he came to my office hours. So I was hoping, Anthony, that you could elaborate on why office hours are a great resource.
Yeah, when I was taking the orientation class, I was actually taking it late because I had transferred into the psychology department. So I had a lot of questions. I had a lot of concerns about kind of where I was in my academic career. And one of the really amazing things that office hours did was, particularly when I went to your office hours, I asked kind of about my overall academic career and how I was doing and the progress I wanted to make. And you kind of talked to me and answered a lot of my questions. You also told me about the opportunity within your research lab, and that was kind of how I got involved and how I kind of progressed with what I was doing academically and kind of figured out what I wanted to do. So I think for students, going to office hours kind of gives access and kind of gives communication opportunities and kind of contact with faculty. So as I was mentioning, faculty is a resource, and office hours is kind of how you get that one-on-one contact and communication with the professors and kind of figuring out what's out there and what you can do.
Wonderful, thank you. And I'll definitely echo that office hours are a great opportunity to answer additional questions and just to explore career opportunities, which I think is even more important for transfer students because you typically have a shorter amount of time at Cal Poly. So I definitely want students to know that it's not just for if you are seeking help in the particular course, but really an opportunity to learn more about possible career paths, or so that faculty can connect you with others that you might find helpful speaking with. So I think that's all we have time for, but thank you so much, Anthony, and to the transfer students, we look forward to seeing you soon.
My top tip when meeting with professors is to remember that professors are people too. I know students can feel intimidated when first approaching faculty members and asking for advice and tips, but just remember Cal Poly professors are incredibly kind and incredibly intelligent, and they're always willing to answer questions that you have, and they're here to help us succeed. So when you meet with them, tell them about your hopes, tell them where you're hoping to go in your academic life and your career life. If you have concerns, just be open about that and ask them if they have some tips for you. And also remember to ask them about themselves. Ask them what research they're doing, what they're publishing, what their alma mater is, why they chose to go into the field that they're in. This opens up all sorts of conversation topics, and it will allow you to learn more about the field that you're going into, as well as allow you to build a better connection with these faculty members.
I will end with just one example. Students in our department are currently connecting with faculty, trying to urge them to integrate social justice into engineering education. Because of the students' effort, changes are happening, and the students are the ones who led the change. So please connect with your faculty.
Don't forget that the Transfer Center is here for you. Whether you're having trouble connecting with faculty, need help with a professional email, or have other questions, feel free to email us at transfer@calpoly.edu. For more information about the Transfer Center and the resources we have available, be sure to visit our website at transfercenter.calpoly.edu. And be sure to follow us at CP Slow Transfers on Instagram and Facebook.